Hello students, today I am going to explain about trigonometry. As the word suggests, trigno means triangles and metry means to measure. That means we are going to measure the triangles, or we can say it is just a mathematics or a deep science that deals with how to measure triangles and how you are going to further find it out that what angles are and how you are going to manipulate every angle and how to find the different sides and different cosines and other things. Trigonometry is entirely different field. Now, as you remember in our lower classes, we used to do that this is a ray, isn't it? You remember in an geometry classes we used to say that this is a ray. If this is a ray with point O and let it be X, this is the original ray. When I rotate this to this point, let it say this angle. I have rotated this OX to OX dash. So this angle or this point where I have rotated, this will be called as theta, and this original ray will be called as the initial side. Then and the side to which I have rotated now, that will be called as the terminal side. Okay, terminal side of this, and this is the angle by which I have rotated it. So this is the initial side, this is the terminal side, and this is called the angle theta. Now you are going to measure this theta over here. Now this theta, as you know that there are angles up to 360 degree that we have already discussed in our lower classes. Using a protractor we are measuring angles, and that is up till 180, that is 360. In a circle you have angles till 360, isn't it? When you are rotating your angles or your theta, you find that your angles lie between remember your x-axis and the y-axis? Yes? Yes. That is your 4 quadrants, where you find this is your 0, 90, 270, and here you find total 360 degree up till here. So you will have your first 4 quadrants, first, second, third and fourth. As I have already explained in my previous lecture about the sines and the cosines, now let me discuss about few things about your quadrants. When you find that your angle is between 0 to 90 degree, here you will find all the sines, cosines, tangent that will be positive. Here only sine and cosecant will be positive. Rest all will be negative. In the third quadrant you find your tangent theta and your cotangent theta will be positive. Rest all will be found negative. In the fourth quadrant you find cosine and secant theta will be only positive. Rest all the theta will be negative. So here are your 4 quadrants, and the easiest way to learn is all school to college, as I have already learned in my school days. So it was the easiest trick for me, because it is very difficult. Where is the third quadrant, where is the fourth quadrant? So you find it out that it is simple to say all school to college, because we go from school to college, isn't it? Now you are in a place where you're going to move to college, so this is the easiest way, from school to college. School means sine and cosecant, then in tangent and cotangent, and cosine and secant. As in our previous lecture we have discussed that sine and cosecant are reciprocals. Same way tangent and cotangent are reciprocals, cosine and secant are reciprocals, and here you find every 6 things that we are measuring over here. As sine is perpendicular upon hypotenuse, isn't it? Now in this, if I draw any ray, let me draw it over here. Let it be x over here. So let this be point P M. Okay. This is angle theta that is forming with the x-axis. This is angle theta. So this is your perpendicular drawn on x-axis. So you find this theta. When you're finding your sine theta, you will find it as MP by OP. And cosine theta will be OM by OP, isn't it? So now I'm going to derive from here whether you're finding sine theta, cosine theta, tangent theta. There are three identities that we are going to use them in this class. First, sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Second, 1 plus tangent square theta is equal to secant square theta. Then 1 plus cotangent square theta is equal to cosecant square theta. These are the three identities that we are going to prove it today, and how you are so easy to derive from one each. We know, let's solve it out the first one. Let it be first, second and third. We know in a right angle triangle, by Pythagoras theorem, if you remember, we have OM square plus MP square is equal to OP square, isn't it? We have this thing. From here, if I divided it by OP square on both the sides, I get as OM square by OP square plus MP square by OP square is equal to OP square by OP square. OM square by OP square. If you remember, let me write it over here, that sine theta is equal to MP by OP. Cos theta we have OM by OP, and tangent theta we have MP by OM, and cosecant, secant and cot are just the reciprocals. Now let's solve this one over here. I have OM square by OP square plus MP square by OP square. OM square by OP. This you have your cos theta. This becomes cos square theta plus MP square by OP square is sin square theta. And this comes out to be 1. Our first identity is proved, isn't it? Now I have this thing proved. Now you get it as cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. Using the same identity, if I am dividing it by the same identity I am using over here now, OM square plus MP square is equal to OP square. This is a fact that we know and we have discussed in our previous classes. Now divided by OM square. OM square by OM square plus MP square by OM square is equal to OP square by OM square. Clear this much? OM square by OM square is 1. MP by OM, that is your tangent theta. Tangent square theta, that is OP by OM is OP by OM is your secant theta. Fine. So your second identity is also proved. From here you can derive your third identity, that is very simple over here. That is divided by MP square now. Okay. Again I am writing the same identity. OM square plus MP square is equal to OP square. Now I am dividing it by MP square on both sides. I get it as OM square by, it was MP mp square plus mp square by mp square is equal to op square by mp square. Om square by mp square. Om by mp is tangent square theta. Sorry. Om by mp is your cot square theta because it is the reciprocal. Cot square theta. mp by mp is 1 is equal to op by mp is again your cosecant theta. Cosecant square theta. From here you find your all the three identities are proved. It is using the single identity, that is your Pythagoras theorem, that sum of perpendicular square plus base square is equal to hypotenuse square. So here we find all the three identities proved. Now let's discuss them in detail in our next class. So stay tuned, stay happy and be regular with my classes. Thank you.